Have you ever felt super motivated at night? I'll wake up early, study, work out, do everything. But the next morning, you hit snooze. We've all been there. Because motivation feels exciting, but it doesn't last. What truly changes your life is not motivation, it's discipline. Stay with me until the end, because today you will practice listening, learn new vocabulary, and reflect on how small steps every day can make a big difference. In this video, you will practice English listening with a story, learn key vocabulary, and try some speaking practice. This is level A2 to B1, perfect if you already understand basic English but want to grow faster. And because I want you to improve even faster, I've prepared a free practice exercise for you. Check the description box below, click the link, and complete the activity after this video. It will help you review vocabulary and speaking. So today's message is simple. Stop chasing motivation, it's like a cloud. Instead, build systems and routines that keep you moving, even when motivation disappears. If you want to build strong discipline in English and in life, hit that like button and let's start your transformation. Everyone wants to be more disciplined, but here's the truth. Discipline isn't about feeling motivated. It's about building a system that makes success automatic. Let's break it down fast, clear, and practical. First, forget motivation, build a system. Motivation is like the weather. It changes every day. Some mornings you wake up ready to conquer the world. Other days, you just want to stay in bed. That's why you can't rely on feelings. They're too fragile. What you need is a system, a routine that works even when you don't feel like it. For example, wake up, drink water, study English for 10 minutes. Then check your phone. Simple, predictable, repeatable. Because when your actions become part of your system, you don't ask, "Do I feel like studying today?" You just do it automatically. Discipline is not about emotion, it's about structure. Second, start small, win early. Here's the biggest mistake most people make. They start too big. They say, "I'll study for 2 hours every day." Then day 2 comes, and they quit. Start with 5 minutes. Yes, just 5. Because 5 minutes of focused action beats 1 hour of empty planning. It's like warming up before a workout. You build momentum. And once you start, your brain says, "Hey, this feels good. Let's keep going." Tiny wins lead to big confidence. Third, use the delayed reward system. Want to stay consistent? Train your brain like a pro. Do the hard thing first, then give yourself a reward. Example, study for 20 minutes, then drink your favorite coffee. Finish your English listening practice, then watch a fun video. By doing this, you connect effort with pleasure. Your brain starts to crave that sequence. Work first, reward after. This is how top athletes, creators, and learners keep going. Not because they love the hard part, but because they've trained their mind to enjoy the after feeling. Work, then reward. That's real discipline. Fourth, track your progress. Prove it to yourself. Sometimes you feel like nothing's changing. That's normal. Progress is often invisible. But when you track it, you make it real. Write down your daily wins. I practiced today. I listened for 5 minutes. I spoke 1 sentence in English. It may look small, but it's powerful proof. After 1 week, you'll see progress. After 1 month, you'll feel unstoppable. Tracking keeps your motivation alive even when results come slowly. Final takeaway. Discipline isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things again and again, even when it's boring. Forget waiting for motivation. Build systems, start small, reward yourself, track your wins, because that's how professionals stay consistent, and that's how you grow faster, stronger, and better every single day. Now, let's listen to a story. I use 15-minute system. AU was a medical student with big dreams. She wanted to help people, graduate with honors, and make her family proud. But there was one problem: distractions. Her phone buzzed every few minutes. Messages, videos, group chats. It never stopped. Every time she felt tired, she told herself, "I'll study when I feel motivated." But that motivation almost never came. So hours passed, then days. Her books stayed closed while her screen time grew higher. One night, after another unproductive day, Ayu felt frustrated. She thought, maybe I don't need more motivation. Maybe I need a system. So she opened her notebook and wrote down one simple rule. Study for 15 minutes, rest for 5, repeat. That's it. No fancy app, no perfect setup, just a simple routine. The next morning, she set a timer and started. At first, 15 minutes felt too short. She barely opened her notes before the timer rang, but it worked, because she started. And starting was the hardest part. After the 5-minute break, she did another 15. Then another. And before she knew it, 2 hours had passed. She smiled. For the first time in weeks, she felt in control again. Day by day, she repeated the cycle. Some days she did only 1 session, other days 5. But she always showed up. Even when she was tired, even when she didn't feel like it. And something amazing happened. Studying became easier. Her focus improved. She didn't wait for motivation anymore, she created it. Weeks turned into months. Her grades went up. Her confidence grew. Friends started asking, how do you stay so disciplined? Ayu just laughed and said, I don't rely on motivation. I rely on my system. She realized a truth that changed everything. Consistency beats intensity. She didn't become the top student because she was the smartest. She became one because she was the most consistent. 15 minutes at a time, that's all it took. Lesson from Ayu's story: you don't need long hours to make progress. You just need a simple system, small actions repeated every day. Because success doesn't come from doing more, it comes from doing what matters. Regularly. Vocabulary: distraction, something that stops you from focusing. Example: my phone is a big distraction. Strategy: a plan or method to reach a goal. Example: she made a new study strategy. Consistency: doing something regularly. Example: consistency builds results. Speaking practice: repeat after me. Starting small is better than waiting big. Discipline starts with one tiny action. Listening story 2. Ben's 100 words a day. Ben always dreamed of becoming a writer. He had notebooks full of ideas, characters and titles, but not a single finished story. Every time he sat down to write, he waited for the right mood. He told himself, when I feel inspired, I'll write something amazing. But inspiration rarely came. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. His dream of becoming a writer started to fade. Then one afternoon, he met his old mentor, a published author. Ben complained, I have ideas, but I can't stay consistent. His mentor smiled and said something simple but life-changing. Forget moods, forget perfection. Just write 100 words a day. Ben laughed. Only 100? That's nothing. But the mentor replied, exactly. That's why you'll actually do it. That night, Ben opened his laptop. He told himself, it's just 100 words, no pressure. He started typing. The first sentence was bad. The second was messy. But after 15 minutes, he had written 120 words, and he felt good. For the first time in a long time, he had started. The next day, he wrote another 100. Then another. Some days, it took 10 minutes. Other days, it turned into an hour. He didn't aim for perfection, just progress. After 1 month, he checked his word count, over 3,000 words. He couldn't believe it. Those small daily efforts had become something real. 6 months later, he looked at his screen, and there it was. A full book draft. It wasn't perfect, but it existed. A story that finally lived outside his imagination. A few months later, that book was published. The same Ben, who once waited for inspiration, was now a real author, all because he wrote 100 words a day. He finally understood something powerful. Success doesn't come from random bursts of inspiration. It comes from discipline, multiplied by time. Now, when people ask, how did you do it? Ben always says, 100 words, every single day. Lesson from Ben's story: don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait for the perfect mood. Start small, start messy, because consistency, even tiny consistency, is what turns dreams into results. Vocabulary: mood, how you feel at a moment. Example: I wasn't in the mood to write. Draft, first version of a text. Example, I finished the first draft of my book. Publish, to make something public. Example, his story was published last year. Speaking practice, you say, I'm not in the mood to study English today. Your friend replies, then just write 50 words, that's all. You say, okay, maybe I can do that. Repeat after me. Action creates motivation. Discipline builds dreams. Listening story 3. Rani's routine calendar. Rani worked in a busy office. She was smart, reliable, and always dreamed of getting promoted. Every Monday morning, she told herself, this week, I'll work harder. But by Wednesday, she felt tired, distracted, and unmotivated. Emails piled up. Tasks felt endless, and her energy gone. By Friday, she was just waiting for the weekend again. One evening, while scrolling through productivity videos, she heard one sentence that changed her mindset. Don't chase motivation. Track your actions. That hit her. She realized she didn't need more inspiration, she needed evidence of her effort. So she tried something new, something simple. She opened her notebook and drew a small calendar. Across the top, she wrote, My routine tracker. She decided, no more empty promises. Instead of saying I'll work harder, she would prove it, one day at a time. Every evening, before going home, she wrote one small win. Sent report early. Helped my teammate finish a project. Learned a new Excel shortcut. Spoke up in a meeting. Each checkmark felt like a tiny victory. At first, it seemed silly, just writing things down. But something powerful happened. She started to notice her progress. By the second week, her mood changed. She no longer felt like she was failing because every box on her calendar proved she was moving forward. Her energy grew. Her confidence grew. And even on tough days, she didn't quit. A few weeks later, her boss noticed too. Rani's reports were always on time. Her ideas were sharper, and she looked more focused than ever. One day, her boss said, You've been really consistent lately. Keep it up. That small sentence meant everything. It wasn't luck, it was proof. Her routine calendar had turned effort into momentum. 3 months later, something amazing happened. She got the promotion she'd always wanted. Not because she worked non-stop, but because she worked consistently. Rani finally understood discipline doesn't come from motivation. It comes from movement, from doing small things every single day. Now, her calendar isn't just for work. She uses it for learning English, reading, and self-growth too. Each box she fills reminds her progress is built, not found. Lesson from Rani's story: don't wait to feel inspired. Create proof of your effort. Write it down. See your wins. Because success isn't about one big moment, it's about hundreds of small invisible victories that no one sees but you. Vocabulary: promotion, moving to a higher job position. Example, she got a promotion at work. Momentum, continuous progress or energy. Example, small wins build momentum. Routine, a regular habit. Example, I have a morning routine that helps me focus. Speaking practice. Repeat after me. Small wins keep me moving. Discipline grows when I track progress. Reflection now. Take a moment to reflect. When do you usually wait for motivation? What small system could you create instead? How can you make it easy to repeat every day? Remember, motivation comes and goes, but systems stay. And discipline, that's what shapes your future. If this video helped you, let's keep the energy going. Comment below, what's one small system you'll start this week? I read every comment and love seeing your progress. Like this video if you're ready to build real discipline. Subscribe to get more English learning and self-improvement stories every week. And don't forget, your free practice worksheet is waiting in the description box below. Click the link, complete the activity, and review today's vocabulary and speaking challenges. Because every small action today builds the discipline that creates your tomorrow.